Hey everyone, it's Ethan or Miist back again for another video today, and welcome back to the channel, guys. We're here again for yet another video. And today we're going to be talking about every movie I watched last week. And if you want to see what movies I watched early, check out my letterbox link in the description. So let's jump right into it. Going to be starting it off with one of the themes of this week, which is Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom. This is my first time watching every single one of the Jurassic Park movies. I've never watched any of them in my 22 years of living, almost 23 years of living, so that's pretty awesome. I'm really glad I finally got around to watching these movies, although I will say I do not think highly of most of them, and we'll talk about that here soon. So yeah, my least favorite of the week and my least favorite of the franchise is Fallen Kingdom, which I don't know if that's a hot take or not. Honestly, I feel like most people's least favorite is probably the past two, or like the newest two. Really, the only scene I liked about this movie was seeing this created dinosaur. I don't even remember the name of it. The Indominus Rex, or was that from the first world? I don't remember. Anyways, I really liked it in the bedroom scene, like with Macy. I was gonna say the little girl, I couldn't remember her name, but Macy. Apart from that, I didn't really enjoy much of all, or much of anything from this movie. So, yeah, a 39 out of 100. Not a great way to start. So, let's move on to Jurassic World Dominion, which I actually think is better than Fallen Kingdom, which that I do think is a hot take. I think it might be a little bit of bias just because of the returning trio of the OGs. But I really like Owen Grady. Owen Grady's definitely my favorite character from this franchise. If not, probably would be Dr. Grant. Yeah, one of those two. Anyways, really, I didn't enjoy this movie either, really. I mean, I ranked it a 42 out of 100. But, yeah, this one, probably more so than any, really focuses a lot on animal abuse. And that's kind of the underlying theme with most of this trilogy, I'd say. There's a lot of animal abuse. And it's really hard to watch as someone that is a big animal person that loves animals. It's hard to watch at times, so... and again, that's probably just me. I don't know. Maybe that's just me being sensitive. I don't know. It's just harder for me to get through watching that. So overall, I didn't really enjoy this movie that much either. At 42 out of 100. So let's move on to a 2024 release of Space Cadet. And I watched this movie because it said 2024 on it, and I really enjoyed Emma Roberts, and she is a very attractive person. I'm not going to talk about this movie. That's all I got for you. So, yeah, a 46 out of 100. Let's move on to The Lost World: Jurassic Park. Now, some people seem to really enjoy this one. I personally didn't enjoy this one very much. A 57 out of 100 gets that 2.5 star. Overall, I just don't think it's anything special, to say the least. I mean, it's okay. It doesn't really capture the Jurassic magic, in my opinion, but a lot of these movies don't. At times, of course, every single one of these movies does catch the Jurassic magic, but this one, it has parts, but overall, I just didn't enjoy this one. I wasn't a big fan of the cast either. I've never been a huge Jeff Goldblum fan, which sucks because I think he's awesome, but I don't know. I don't really like his roles in movies very much, unfortunately, I guess. I don't know. Sorry if you hear a kitty playing with her toy. Shut up, Betty. But yeah, a 57 out of 100. Again, not going to spend a whole lot of time with this one. I see a lot of mixed reviews about this one and the third one, which we'll talk about right now. Jurassic Park 3. Now, I do enjoy this one more just because I prefer Sam Neill as the lead. And I really think that's the only reason why I enjoy this one more. I do feel like this had a little bit more Jurassic sauce, I'll say. And I really enjoyed seeing the pterodactyls. I fully almost said pterodactyls. I really enjoyed seeing the pterodactyls. And yeah, I mean, although the way we got to the island I thought was really stupid. But anyways, a 59 out of 100, not too bad. It's almost a 3-star. Like it's 1 point away from being a 3-star. So, and that's actually top 3 for me. So I feel like that's also probably a hot take. But let's talk about number 2, Jurassic World. Now, this one was honestly quite a letdown, and I've seen many clips of this movie. I've seen a lot of scenes from this movie, so a lot of this movie wasn't new to me. I think I might have basically just fully watched this movie with my parents years ago, but I haven't watched it really. So yeah, I kind of enjoyed this one. I mean, I ranked it a 63, so yeah, I mean, I did enjoy it. It was pretty cool seeing the Indominus Rex, I believe it is. Is that this one? I don't know. I don't remember, honestly. I think it's the Indominus Rex is in this one. Pretty cool to see that it's just 30 different species of animals, pretty much. And I really liked the human and raptor relationship in this. And, of course, we get to see the beginning of how awesome Owen Grady is. And yeah, I mean, he's obviously a very big part of this universe, because of his connection with raptors and just dinosaurs in general. He understands dinosaurs. But yeah, I enjoy this movie. I don't think the CGI was that great, where I guess a lot of people do like the CGI in this movie. I personally didn't think it was that great. I don't think it was bad by any means, but I didn't think it was like exceptional, where a lot of people talk about the CGI in this movie, but I don't know. It's 9 years old as well, though, to be fair, so anyways, let's move on to X-Men, which I've been trying to watch with Mel for literally weeks now. I wanted to start the X-Men movies at the start of July because I knew we wouldn't finish them all the week before, and I should have tried starting this in June, because Thursday, Mel and I are going to see Deadpool and Wolverine, which Mel has seen some of the X-Men years ago during COVID. I haven't seen them in 2 years, so I really wanted to rewatch them as well. And yeah, I mean, it's Sunday. We watched the first X-Men tonight. Even if we skipped a few of them, like we're not going to watch New Mutants, we probably weren't going to watch Apocalypse or Dark Phoenix. That still leaves like, I think 9 movies or 10 movies to watch, which honestly isn't that hard, but Monday night, we always watch Monday Night Raw, so we can only probably watch 2 movies tomorrow, or tonight, I guess, as this video is going up tomorrow for you guys. Or Tuesday, we'll be able to watch a few, but we have plans Wednesday night, so we won't be able to do much then. And Thursday, obviously, we won't be able to, and we absolutely need to watch the first 2 Deadpool movies. That's obviously priority, because she's never seen the Deadpool movies. So, yeah, unfortunately, we're not going to get through the X-Men movies by the time we go see Deadpool and Wolverine, which I'm a little salty about, but that's alright. It happens. Hopefully, we'll be able to finish them anyways at some point. So, yeah, I mean, I didn't really talk about this movie. I lowered my review, or my ranking for this movie by quite a lot. It went from a 76 down to a 68, so it went down 8 points. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's a good movie. I think it's a decent movie. I mean, it's close to being good. Obviously, for me, it's only 2 points away, but for the most part, I just didn't love this movie this time around, and I wasn't really looking forward to watching this again because I didn't remember enjoying it very much the first time I watched it. This is probably a little bit too 2000s for me, in my opinion, so yeah, just didn't really vibe with it all that much, so it gets a lowered ranking. So with that being said, let's move on to Battle of the Sexes, which was a kind of a random watch. I don't know. I just seen it on Disney Plus, downloaded it a few weeks ago. Never got around to watching it until this week. Watched it. It was decent. I mean, I ranked it a 72 out of 100, so I'll say it's good. I enjoyed more of it than I didn't. It was nice to learn. I see a lot of people just kind of saying this is average, which is fair. I think it is a little bit above average, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's really cool to see kind of the birth of a feminist icon, and my mom and I had talked about it because I had no idea who Billie Jean King was. So that was pretty cool, and I get to recommend this movie to my mom. So yeah, let's move on to The Gentleman, which is actually where I started my week. And honestly, it feels like it's been a fucking long time since I watched this movie. It was literally a week ago, though. I don't know, I guess it was a long week. Yeah, this was a really fun and funny movie. It was a fun movie to watch, a fun movie to experience, and I really enjoyed my time with this one. An 84 out of 100 with an awesome cast, an awesome plot, tremendous dialogues and monologues. Really, really love that. I should say monologues and dialogue. And a really great script as well that I really enjoyed. It makes me want to watch Snatch, which I guess is what most people consider to be Guy Ritchie's best movie. And I've seen a few of Guy Ritchie's movies now. Aladdin, The Man from U.N.C.L.E., The Gentleman. I feel like I'm missing something, but yeah, kind of need to go through more of his filmography. So yeah, an 84 out of 100, which just misses out on top 3. It's actually top 5. So we have a pretty solid top 5, actually, to say the least. So let's move on to one of my favorite 2024 releases, which is Twisters, which I ranked at 86 out of 100. I really enjoy this movie, although I will say I struggled to enjoy this movie at times because I needed to pee so bad. Towards the end, like the last 40 minutes of the movie, I was really struggling. As soon as I seen the opening, like the credits roll, or the end credits to roll, I literally bolted out of the theater. I've never ran out of the theater so fast in my life, and I always stick for credits. So I didn't do that. I'm hoping to eventually rewatch this and give it a little bit more of my attention instead of kind of focusing on that. But I mean, I really enjoyed this movie. It's got a lot of charisma, which I really enjoyed. This is a wildly stacked cast. This is like a future generation of like just superstars. Like I feel like everyone in this movie is going to be huge in like 10 to 15 years if they aren't already, such as Glenn Powell, who's an absolute machine, but he's just pumping out banger after banger, and I absolutely love Glenn Powell. This is the reason, I mean, I seen Twister last year and I liked it a lot. I was looking forward to this nonetheless, but I just really like Glenn Powell, and I just want to see Glenn Powell and everything. So 86 out of 100. Let's move on to what is the top 3, and this is a really solid top 3. A 95 out of 100, a first-time watch for me, and really the one-hit wonder of the franchise. It is Jurassic Park. Like I said, 95 out of 100, so a amazing movie, and it really was amazing. I absolutely loved this. I felt like it was so perfect. The practical effects were amazing. The CGI was okay, but I mean, it was, 30 years ago. This movie came out in 93, right? So the CGI wasn't brutal, especially not for 93, but the practical effects, the music, the visuals, and the shots, and the directing from Spielberg was absolutely fantastic. I thoroughly enjoyed this movie, and I'm really glad I got to watch it. I would have honestly been okay with not watching any of the other movies of the franchise and just this one. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. Iconic scene. Obviously, you can see that iconic scene right there. But yeah, 95 out of 100. Really amazing movie. And I'm very glad I got to watch it. I was going to say rewatch it, but no, watch it for the first time. So with that being said, let's move on to number 2 now, which is Zack Snyder's Justice League. And most of this review, I'm just talking about how badly I want to see a Nightmare movie, so you can read it if you want. But yeah, I mean, I've raised this movie every time I watched it. The first time I watched it, before I started ranking movies, I really struggled to enjoy this movie. I felt really long. It felt really long, and it was a struggle to get through, but since then, every time I've rewatched it, it's gotten better. I would have put this, I feel like I did have it in like a 70s before I had Letterboxd, but anyways, I feel like I had it in like a 70 range, and then I got Letterboxd. I eventually rewatched it. I ranked it a 92. I eventually rewatched it. I ranked it a 96, and this time it's now up to a 98. So yeah, I mean, obviously it's fucking sick. I absolutely love this movie. I got to watch it with Goose, and Ryan, and we get to finally show it to Mel. Obviously, it's been a little over a month and a half now since we first watched Man of Steel. I didn't want the trilogy to take this long for us to finish. It's been almost a month since we watched BVS, but nonetheless, I'm just glad we finally got around to watching it together. So I really enjoyed my time with it, and yeah, glad we were able to rewatch it, and glad Mel really enjoyed it as well. Actually, she ranked it like an 80 something. I can't remember. And anyways. Without a doubt, the biggest surprise of the week, it is The Sound of Music, which I ranked a perfect 100 out of 100. Now, this is my mom's favorite movie that she's watched pretty much every year of her life, honestly, like legitimately. She was singing songs word for word. She was reciting every sentence of the movie pretty much. And we got to watch it with Mel, which I was very excited because it is a musical, Mel's favorite genre of movies. And I mean, I absolutely loved this movie. I don't think there's a single thing wrong with this movie. I thought it was fucking fantastic, which really surprised me. For a 3-hour runtime, I didn't feel like it was slow. I know a lot of people think it is slow, but I didn't feel like it was slow at all. I really enjoyed it. Like I said, I mean, a 100 out of 100. And the themes throughout this movie is amazing, going from a loving comedy, romance, family movie into a tense, thrilling anti-war film that it just beautifully contrasts, in my opinion. And again, I just really fucking love this movie, and I'm very glad I got to watch it again for the first time. A lot of first watches for me this week. Actually, the only rewatches were X-Men and Zack Snyder's Justice League. Everything else was new, so that's pretty sweet. I didn't even realize that. Pretty proud of myself for that one, actually. Getting new numbers, new movies locked in. So, with that being said, this was a long one. I literally texted Mel when I was about to start this video saying, I'm going to try to be quick. Nope, almost 18 minutes. So, yeah. Thank you guys all so much for watching. Hopefully you did enjoy. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Check out my Letterboxd. Bye-bye.